may this message in this video reach whoever it's intended to, you know? Let me see, let me put something. I'm just gonna turn the camera off. Yeah, because I'm just walking. It ain't really nothing to see. Nothing really to see. Maybe I'll keep it like that for a moment because people nosy. They gotta feel like they seeing something. So, hmm. So listen, come in, thumbs up the video. It's Sunday morning. I'm already out. I started my 2 hour trek about 15 minutes ago. Yesterday I did so good. I did almost 30,000 steps. I haven't done that since November, like end of October, November. So yesterday I was really proud of the movement I made. Um, Last year, starting in September, my job, they typically do this type of step challenge. They do this type of step challenge where the goal is like 30,000 per day, right? And you got to think about it. If you don't have that type of lifestyle where you have time, I was doing 30,000 steps a day and working, doing content, doing everything. And to be honest with you, I did get a pair of sneakers out of the ordeal, but I'm not doing that again this year. I'm just not. It wasn't worth it. And what they promoted to us, they stated that we were supposed to get this big award, like whoever had the most steps at the end of it was supposed to get an award. And I didn't get my award. And I beat everybody. I had like over 1 million steps. Come on, like I did the damn thing in that challenge. And it was me and this other woman who works in our Washington office. She just kept messaging me and she was like, "So, what is the reward?" They said that, "What is the award for the people who had the most steps?" And they never, it was just like, we won a pair of sneakers. I talked about that on my channel. I won a pair of of sneakers of my choice. So I got some New Balance 9060s. I don't even work out in those shoes. Those are more of a casual type shoe that I wear. And what else did I get? That was the only thing I got. So, I mean, doing 30,000 steps per day for over a month straight. So it started like September 19th and it ended October 31st. To me, on a fitness level, it was worth it because it pushed me. And I'm honestly thankful for that because I was caught up for a moment. Like when I started my weight loss journey, I was about 390 pounds, right? So right now, I weigh 265 pounds. But by the time that challenge came, I was in this little nasty area of 285, 290, and I could not drop. So when I did that challenge, it broke me down to 275. And I was like, ooh, this was the good thing about that challenge because it got me moving and it made me realize you need to walk more because I was doing most of my I was doing most of my workouts in the gym, weight training and all of that. And May 5th of this year will be my 2 year mark. So I feel like my weight loss has went really well for me. I'm happy. Like I don't have nothing against people who do like any of the surgeries, Ozempic. But for me, I wanted to lose my weight on my own. Not only because this isn't the first time that I've what are you doing? This ain't the first time that like I went on this type of journey or whatever, right? So it was just all about sticking to it. And with health and wellness, that's all it's about. It's about sticking to it. Like my absolute goal in mind for weight loss is probably 30 more pounds. Like once I get to two, I'm probably gonna like 230, 225, and I'm not even gonna stop there. I'm gonna continue working out and doing what I need to do. But it's all like I don't think you should make your goals about getting to a specific number and then stopping because that's when it's going to come back. Like me, I can't believe like when I hit like a size 38 jean, that got a little scary to me because it reminded me of like when I was in middle school and I haven't worn that size like 38, 36. Wow. So to be able to shop and get, regular stores and get regular things, that's something that I'd never want to trade again because all of that big and tall shopping at DXL, spending hundreds of dollars for a shirt, it doesn't, it's too much money. And you feel like you're X'd out the game to even do really like the high low. when you're big like that, you can't really do high low, especially when you like to look nice like I do. You can't really do it. Ever since I've been losing weight for these past 2 years, I've eased up on all of the designer. No, nope. When I put the energy into is my jeans and my sneakers. Gotta have good jeans, gotta have good sneakers. That will never change. But when it comes to the tops, mm, say I get me a new pair of Air Max or a new pair of Jordans. I'm like, I want to wear that with a clean white hoodie. Let me go right on Amazon and I'm gonna order me a hoodie for $15. Before I was like, oh, let me get a polo this. Oh, let me go to this website and order this 79, $100. Nah, we're not moving like that no more. So I'd rather put my money into, you know, not waste money on designer and spending money on designer. I would rather take that money and get more healthy food with it. And, different stuff like that. So you also got to do what works for you. Like some people are really into the whole fasting. I'm not into fasting. I just have to be honest with you. I'm just not into it. I did it for about 6 months back in 2020, and it wasn't for me. But I did it, so I can say that I did. What I didn't like about it is that I just felt like I was in prison. Like most of the day, I would stop eating at like 8 o'clock at night, and then um, so 8 to 8 is 12. Well, 8 to 8 is 12 hours. So 13, 14, 15, 16, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I wouldn't eat until 12 o'clock in the day. So I fasted for 16 hours. Now they tell you if you really want to push, you want to fast for 16 hours. 16, some people even push it to 20 hours. Some days I even pushed it to 20. And what I didn't like about going into ketosis when I was fasting is that it made my tongue yellow because of like, you know, whatever ketosis does, you can look it up. It's true. So, and that was even with brushing my teeth, brushing my tongue, and all of that. It was making my tongue yellow, and I just didn't like it. So, I didn't like the effects. And then also, in my family, gout runs in my family. My grandfather had it, my uncle had it, and then I remember when I moved here to Texas and I had went through like a breakup, I was drinking wine every night. Like every night I had a bottle of wine. It was like, yo, when I go back, I keep pictures of myself. I remember when I first moved into this luxury apartment, I was taking all these pictures. I looked at this picture of myself. I didn't even recognize who I was in that picture, and that was in 2016. Like, yo, I let myself go. I let myself go. But it was all like how I was coping, like what I was going through. Still going to work every day, doing what I had to do. But I was like, wow, I'm happy I took that picture. I will never post it. Never. I could not believe it. Wow. So I just thank God that I had the strength and the wherewithal to even stick to it. Like a lot of people be on that BS where it's just like, oh, the summer's coming. Yeah, that is cute little conversation where it's just like, oh, the summer's coming. You want to lose weight, but honestly, you should want to be on this for the rest of your life. Like, I never want to get out of this lifestyle ever. Never. I never want to get out of it. Um, because I feel like wellness is just not about losing weight. It's about your mental health. It's about just making better decisions continually and consistently. Now I have my little things that I like. Like I love those little payday candy bars. And right now, at HEB, they have like those what is it called? Forever Rocher, those little confection chocolates, right? And they have them on sale too because Easter's coming and they want to get their load out, right? So, but you gotta imagine, every day I'm doing 5, 6 miles. So if I want one of those every day, I do it. But what backs it up? My actions. It backs it up all the time. And I'm still losing. I can't believe right now today I'm walking and I have on a size, like the Adidas track pants. I have on a size extra large track pants. So you know that these pants run slim. They run slim. Like it's just the progression and uh achieving goals. That's what I really like the most. And what I also did, shout out to my coworker. because when right before Lent started, and you see, I make hasty decisions sometimes too. So it was Fat Tuesday. And I never got into that because I'm Baptist and we don't really follow that whole Lent. A lot of Baptists don't follow Lent. But I really did this because of my coworker. And she was just like, what are you giving up for 40 days? Now, the way that I feel, it was like that, it was Fat Tuesday. So I was like, damn, I have to have Chick-fil-A again because I'm giving Chick-fil-A up for Lent. I have not had Chick-fil-A since March 5th. March 5th. I remember one day I was in the mall and for some reason, I opened up my Chick-fil-A app and the Astros is playing. I think they scored 3 times. And if you have the Chick-fil-A app in Houston, they give you free food when that happens. So we got free food. And I remember walking to the Chick-fil-A like, hey, telling this guy, because I seen him ordering. I was like, I have a thing, I have a coupon for free, it's 3 free strips. Would you like it? And I was like, yeah, because I'm not eating here right now. So I did my own little good deed because I didn't want it to go to waste. So I gave that to him. But I have not had Chick-fil-A since March 5th. So look at where we're at now on the date. So I feel good about that, and honestly, it's pushed me that I'm not gonna be going there. I'm gonna stay away from Chick-fil-A for a while, not until I want it, and nothing is gonna make me go there. I see all y'all little Negroes posting that, oh, the passion dragon fruit, this and that, the passion dragon fruit lemonade. And y'all drinking that shit every day, buying it by the gallons, and sucking up all that damn sugar. I'm good. You can have it because I'm gonna be transparent with you. I would get like a little something for breakfast every day from Chick-fil-A. But now that I look back, and it's like through all of these days of Lent, that was like the main thing that I cut out. And I could just see it in my clothes. Like by the time Thursday come when Lent is over, like I done did the damn thing. I done the damn thing. I could see it. Like, let me give you an example of what I know Lent did for me, right? I remember here in Texas, the weather changes quicker than in New York. So around February, I went to Dillard's and I've wore this jacket in my videos too. I have this Levi jacket, right? And this is another thing that I can do now that I wasn't able to do before. So there was this Levi jacket, and they have a polo jacket that's just like it. It's a jean jacket, and it has like the not fur, but it has like the insulated inside, right? So me a few years ago, I would have got the polo one for 300. I bought that jacket for $45. It was on sale at Dillard's, extra large. And guess what? When I got it, I could fit it, but I just couldn't fit it with like if I wore it with my hoodie under it, I would just leave it open and it would still look big enough so it didn't look like I was straining or anything. Let me tell you, now, just the other day when it was a little cold out and when we had like a cold front a few days ago here in Houston, I put my hoodie on. I said, let me put this jacket on and see what the fuck I done did during Lent. I put that jacket on and it was comfortable. Space in between it too. All from just doing what I'm doing for the past, like, listen, from March 5th, wait, whenever Lent started on March 5th or March 6th, right? Whatever. But from that day, I have not taken a day off from working out. I said during this whole Lent season, I'm working out every day. So this is the benefit that I got. You understand what I'm saying? Now and I'm talking about I got good thick hoodies from Gap and like Abercrombie and Fitch. Not no little thin one like I'm working out right now that I got like this one that I got from Walmart. Not those. I'm talking about the heavy duty, the thick ones. Like, and the thing about it is, I ain't even gonna be able to wear those no more because they so big. Um, Probably gonna turn those into workout hoodies too. But the point is that I'm able. I see, you know, I see improvement. So that's a good thing. Let me see. You said I'm breaking up. You just got back from a 90-minute walk. That's good. That's good. I also have my next month. I'll promote it even more when I do it for the month of May for my challenge, my walk challenge that I'm in. Like this one group I'm in, it got like thousands of people in it from all over the world. My group, it only got about 5 people because I don't know if people just don't want to sign up or they're just not committed. But I only had a lousy 100 100 miles. If you think about it, if you do 5 miles a day, you can hit 100 miles. I do nearly 200 miles a month. Now, this whole Lent thing, it got me to the point where it's like, I don't want to stop doing it because, yo, I might be to my goal sooner rather than later. So, then you see everybody out just out here walking and working out too. So, it's just a really good environment. I love your life when you're walking. It made me just start taking walks on my lunch break at work. Yeah. And especially for women, because I like to cover all bases. Make sure that you're safe where you're walking at. Always make sure that you're safe. You just never really know, you know? Like the area that I walk in is really safe, it's scenic. There's always a lot of people. If you ever question or anything, make sure that you run near the street, you know, if you walk near the sidewalk so that you could get out in the street and somebody could see you. Like, because I won't, you know, promote you walking without saying some of the dangers that can be associated. Because unfortunately, women are a soft target, especially nowadays where everybody's down in their phone and a person could think that they drove past you and they might not even think that you saw them. So, excuse me, I'm sorry. So yes, just remain focused. Yeah, keep it up. It's so beautiful this time of year, and the weather is great. Right here in Houston, it's heating up though. So that was another benefit of me getting out early. Like sometimes I'm not out this early, but I kind of wonder should I go to the supermarket while I'm down here and get my bananas because I need more bananas. So I didn't have a banana this morning, but I opted out. I was like, I tried because every morning I feel like you got to have a banana. But I was like, you have apples in the refrigerator. Have an apple this morning. It's not going to kill you. But you know how you just get so used to having a thing? So I was just like, damn, what I really wanted to have for breakfast is I get those rice cakes. So whether I get a apple cinnamon rice cake or a plain rice cake has literally no sugar. But you got to think, my aunt told me that rice cakes, my aunt told me that you should not be having like 10 grams or plus of sugar in a sitting. So that's why I like the rice cakes, is they're low in everything. So I have like a rice cake, put a little bit of peanut butter on it, and then I'll cut my banana up. That shit is like gourmet to me. I have that almost every day. So yeah. And then drinking the water is so important too. I think that's why I was able, well, I didn't, to be honest, I didn't get over my cold quick. And I think I still deal with like the getting slightly congested because of the damn pollen and everything. But I think my body handled the cold really well because of how I take care of myself. So it's kind of like when I got COVID. I had COVID 2 times and my body fought and just fought it off. Now I had it on the second strand where it wasn't as dominant or whatever, but this is why you work out and you keep your lung capacity uh in, in good standing and using it. You keep your heart health up. That's why I do what I do because then when you fall ill, you've already begun taking care of your body, taking your vitamins and doing what you're supposed to do. So that's why it's so important because we all can fall ill at any time. Ladies, stay aware. Take a stick, don't walk with both headphones in, right? Now, I will admit, I do sometimes just because I'm a male. And it's like, my biggest fear is seeing a damn big dog, right? And honestly, fuck that stick. You better get you some bear mace or something because I could get attacked by a dog. You see me, even in the area that I'm in right now, right? A dog could come from out of anywhere. A dog could come from anywhere. But I'm gonna fight their ass. I'm gonna fight their ass. Guaranteed. I don't really like showing where I am. That's why I don't get on camera. But yeah. You just gotta be careful and keep your eyes open. But this area is really nice. Like, and the thing about it is where I'll just be like, don't make excuses or whatever, because this area is not where I live at. It's not. I live really close to here. Like I live about 5 minutes from here, but my area is not really. It doesn't have a long trek like over here. So I like to come over here. So I leave my house. It probably takes me about 4 minutes to get to this. To this, it's literally just like across the road, and then I park my car over there in this plaza, and then I just walk. But over where I live at, it's like I could walk over there, but I don't really. It's not scenic like this. I don't like no. I like to. I want it to look a certain type of way. So like even when I go home to New York, I love where my mom lives at, and I can't wait to get out there because I did that the last time I was home. I went like on a 2 hour walk. So I can't wait to get home this week. So that'll be really good. Let's see. I don't know what you laughing at. So anyway, I also wanted to talk about dealing with people who don't like you, right? Now, I understand that this situation can have several nuances where a person like say you was in a relationship with somebody like I'm when I mean nuances, I'm saying like you got a person who just don't like you. They just hating on you. They don't like you for a certain reason. Or you can have a person who was in a relationship with you, and a lot of women, y'all get this, where it's like when you want to break up with somebody and they just don't want to see life, they don't want you to have life after them. That could get really dangerous. Like I had a few friends who went through something like that. Like, yo, let me tell you this crazy, crazy story, real brief. I'm not even gonna get into all of the details. How can I say this and just keep it real brief, like I stated? So, pretty much, this girl I knew, her boyfriend was abusing her, right? Abusing her like bad. Didn't want her to work, to do nothing, but wouldn't give her any money, none of that, right? I remember that one day she had like, yo, I need you at my house at 11:30. I need you to be my friend went. And I was just like, why 11:35? Because she had it down to a science when her ex-boyfriend at the time would get out of work, right? And when I seen how she handled this, I know that certain people, I know that certain people can handle it like this as well. You just gotta have the resources and you just gotta honestly try. So this man was beating on her. He beat on her. He was threatened to kill her and everything, right? So she knew what she had to do. She knew what she had to do. And I didn't know that she was trying to leave. So, like I said that day, she's like 11:35. I'll say where we was at in New York. She was like, meet me at Central Towers. I want you to be in the back of the building. 11:35, please be there. So her boyfriend would get off work at 11. He would go, and that night she told us he called her was like, "Oh, do you want something to eat?" Like, and he was even being the fucked up person to her then, like, and cap it at like $7. Like, you want something to eat? And he would come home with all of this food for himself. She couldn't work, and she was too young to be going through this. I'm talking about this is when we was like 21, 22 years old. Like, and he wasn't even making all that much money. But anyway, so she got tired of that shit. So he was so used to this system to where she would he would get off and then she would buzz him in, right? Yo, tell me why the night that she asked us to be there at 11:35, that nigga got there, I guess, after she told us. She buzzed him in, and this bitch ran down the back stairs, got completely out of it. Like she left his key on the table and all of that. And that's one thing. He would leave her with the key. He would leave her with the key just in case like she needed to go and get like cleaning supplies or whatever. He would let her. He would let her. And I'm saying that this is crazy. He would let her leave and like, oh, you want to go see your family or whatever, because he thought he just had it that good with her. So that nigga came home, buzzed that bell. She unlocked it because he was coming up through, the elevator. This bitch bounced down the stairs. When I tell you she came to the car and was like, she threw all that shit and it was like, go, go, go. We took her ass right to the airport, and she already had that shit. She had it everything set up with her family. When we got her to the airport almost 12 o'clock, right? She was staying there for a flight at like 5 o'clock in the morning. When I tell you she never came back to New York, ever, ever. And I think he ended up passing away too. Like he died behind the gun. But I wanted to say that in regards to this story is because there's a don't like you and they want death for you. Or there's a difference in a person and women, y'all go through that a lot. When a person, you break up with them because they may be abusive, and once you want to get away from them, they don't want to see life for you. So, and she showed me for women that that's possible. Sometimes you got to relocate. She never came back to New York. And the crazy thing about it was we was only 22 at that time to South Carolina. She ended up like, signing up, going to college. Now, this woman is she's a case manager, registered nurse case manager, living in Atlanta, house type shit. Like that was just a bump in her story. But she was like, and we even talk about it to this day. She said, if I did not get away from him, he would have killed me. See, and the thing about it too that I didn't like is that she didn't tell her family what was going on until the end. Like this is why like a lot of the times you get in these relationships and a person will try to alienate you. They'll alienate you away from your people so they know what's going on. Or they use those things like don't tell nobody our business. Like, nah. So that's a different situation when somebody don't like you and they want to take you out. So when a person doesn't like you though, and it pertains to like just say a hater. Say somebody don't like you. Me, my approach is I never engage with it because I really want to assess the reasoning to why a person don't like you, right? Like some high school shit when I was younger. I was like this little chubby cute kid, and there was this other guy who went to my school. He was chubby too, and he would dress really nice, right? This kid, he had no issues with me when I was working off of the inventory I had, when it was just like, sixth grade, my mom working, getting us stuff. I didn't have no sneaker game or nothing. As soon as I started working at my dad's store and I started to get like those things who made you somebody, this kid, Sean, he had an issue with me. He never liked me ever since then. He never liked me ever since then. And it was like kind of funny. And it's like, he didn't realize it. And I would sit back and literally laugh because it's just like you don't got no reason not to like me. You don't like me over a pair of Jordans, nigga. Like just because like I stepped my gear up way crazy. Oh, what it is that you don't like competition. And what people don't realize is that that makes you look so weak. And so once you assess and diagnose your hater, you are to never go back and forth with them because most of the time they don't. Now women go through a different thing where it's just like, all right, say your friend got into a knockout drag out with another girl and you're friends with her. Of course, that other girl ain't gonna like you. That's just kind of like common logic. I hear that a lot. I used to hear that so much. It'd be like, oh, why what's the name don't like you? Because she don't like what's the name. Like, oh, okay, cool. But when you really sit back and you analyze, especially if a person don't have a reason, it's like either they are intimidated by you, your intelligence, your approach. Either they really want to be your friend and they just can't get that and they just don't know how to address you. It's something that you possess that they want and that they can't get it. So they have to let you. They have to say things about you, And a lot of the time, people want you to engage and they want you to go back and forth with them. And I just always say that the power is with what you feed grows. What you respond to, it gives people that dopamine hit that you care enough. When you don't care, then people can still do it. But they will get into a quiet space one day and realize that, oh, this person never treated me like this. This person never did, and it will really like it will really chip away at them, honestly. So you have to, I think, like how I gave you that example with my friend who got away from that guy who she felt like he was going to kill her. She had to assess that situation quickly and move. When it's a person who I feel like they feel a certain type of way about me or they don't like me, if it's an imminent threat, of course you have to act. You have to act and treat it differently. She was dealing with an imminent threat. So, but when you really sit back and chip away and you question yourself, like, is this person even really happy? Am I even the only person that they don't like? What is the reason they don't like me? What did I do to them? And when you can't answer any of those questions, it almost turns into a joke. So it's like, crash out, like, and you gotta like learn to leave things where they are. Like, some people feel like everything deserves an argument. Like, I pull on all of my life experiences. One of the best things I could have had was growing up having all brothers. Like, I have a little sister. We had different moms, but she didn't grow up with us. But one of the best things that happened to me was growing up and having all brothers and everybody having a difference of opinion and being forced to stand on whatever I believed in and really just honing in on that. So my opinion or my approach or whatever is contingent upon anyone else. And all of my brothers is like that. We have very strong, um, dominating type of personalities in the sense of we believe firmly in whatever it is, like whether it's toxic, uh, some can be toxic, regardless of what that is. So, and another reason why I'm happy that I grew up having my brothers and my family is because I know what real love is. I know what it looks like. I know what matters and simply what does not matter. Sorry, I know the wind is probably breaking up or whatever, but what did you say? Yes. Oh, you said so sad, cautionary tale. Yeah, you probably talking about the situation with my friend. Yeah. So she got up out of there though. She's living an amazing life right now. But yeah, so she identified that threat as an imminent threat that could potentially end her life. So she got out of it. But when you could tell that a person just doesn't like you and they have no real reason, it's simply because they really do like you. They actually might even love you. And they just don't know how to treat you or they don't know how to, you know, earn your type of attention in a way that they want, that they can get it. So I've always experienced that in life. Like, when you cut certain people off, if you notice this, and you might have even been through this too. Have you ever cut somebody off and it made them mad? Like, they just don't like you more. It's like first they might start off with the silence, and then as it just grows and grows, they don't like you more and more because it's an access situation. It's an access. It's related to access and proximity. So you just have to learn what the true reason is behind your hater. What is the cause, behind it? Because if you don't look at it like that, you'll be arguing with everybody who wants to argue with you. I had to learn that early on. One of my brothers used to be like, "Oh no, you think too deep. You think no, it's not all of that." And I'm telling you, like, one of my brothers to this day, I love him to death, right? But he still does it. He might not realize, but I hear everything that he says about me. Whether he thinks he's saying it in private to other people, it always gets back to me, right? So one of the things he said was, "Oh, he never been to prison. He don't know what, like, he never went to prison." And I feel like that's sad because this is one of my brothers who's doing the best right now. Like, for you to have that scope of thinking I need to be in prison to have some sort of what? To stress our mother out and to stress our mom out and to put on her what you did? Why would I want that? I'm actually fortunate I grew up and I seen y'all doing that, so I knew exactly what not to do. And that's another reason why I say, like, I take all of my learning experiences. Some people just aimlessly go through life and they have things happening to their loved ones around them, and they just go through the same things. Like, my whole scope back in the day and even to now is that I just never wanted to be a statistic. And for whatever reason that it was, I never wanted to be like other people. When everybody was getting high, smoking weed when we was in high school, middle school, I didn't try weed until I was like 22, 23 years old, honestly. So, and I went through my little waves of that where I would smoke, I wouldn't smoke or whatever, right? And even to this day, when my brothers be like, you smoke, you smoke. Why do you keep saying I smoke? Because you want me to? Like, you feel like smoking like sullies a person's name. And it's like, he just, I don't know why he did. Like, one of my brothers, it's like, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I learned how to deal with people who, who feel away of all of us. But he don't think I'm privy to it, but I'm privy to so many different conversations that he's had about me. And I still don't even give that type of energy to him. He's my brother. I grew up with him. I loved him. But one thing I did notice about him is that he does have a lot of just ways. So that's a situation I'm happy that I dealt with too growing up. He has a lot. And I'm telling you, even this man making upwards of $120,000 a year, he's still very jealous. And I just don't understand. Like, I even told him recently, like, you should be at the best part of your life right now. Like, you're great financially. Like, this is a conversation that like I'd be having with him. Like, you're in a good spot. So I don't know, like, whatever way that you feel, like, he'll say stuff about like, oh, these people treated us funny when we was kids. It's like, we're in our 40s now. Like, that shit don't mean nothing to none of us. We're not kids anymore. And I could admit to him, like, yeah, I could have felt a certain way about the way certain things happened when we was younger. Yeah, I could. But how does that serve me in my 40s? It don't serve me. I need you to release the shackles. Fuck that shit. Not fuck those people because it's still family and you love them, but let that shit go. Let it go. And I don't know, some people they just get stuck and you could tell certain things really hurt them. For me, I take things and I keep going. So the reason I wanted to say that in relation to my brother, like, oh, he never been to prison, he never did XYZ. Now, you would think a person who's went to prison or whatever, that they would be bulletproof. They wouldn't be, you know, he would argue me down about this, saying that it's not emotional, but it is emotional. You care about some shit that happened back in the damn 90s. Like, so for you to say that I'm not a certain type of way because I never did nothing or I never went to prison, what does that mean about you having gone through it? And it's like, you don't even have the emotional intelligence that I have. You don't. All of my brothers, and we all have this little tick, tick, boom thing from my dad. But my dad, he was very spastic. That's why my mom left his ass. Like, and my older brother told me some shit that I ain't even never even known about my damn dad and he tried to do to my mom. And that's why, like, my mom, she would always say when we was younger, and my mom is not even a fighter type. She'd be like, your father knows not to fuck with me. He knows not to. He know it. Because I guess he tried one time and the results was not responsive like he thought he was going to get. So um we all have this tick tick boom courtesy of my dad. That might be some DNA type shit, right? But I guess you could say it's like a crash out type thing. But for me, right? You know how like some people in this era they talk about the whole crashing out. I promise you, I've had my little moments when I was in like my early to mid 20s where I would just spaz out. I felt like back then people glorified people spazzing out, right? But I literally made this post on my community wall the other day. I learned in my 20s that that whole crash out shit, it doesn't feel good, and especially to your nervous system. You ever been the type of person that you'll get so mad and spaz on somebody, and you literally look at your arms and your hands are shaking? You are like literally shaking. It is not good for your nervous system. People think all of that spazzing and going off is so like attractive on some hood type shit. We're like, oh, they spaz, they snap. That shit is not good for your nervous system. No, to be honest with you, the last time I did that in my 20s, I've never done that again. It's just not a good feeling at all. You got to be careful. Like, and people don't even look at something like that as like, a huge thing, but it is huge. You fucking spazzing and snapping, your damn hands and arms are shaking. Like, nah, that's not good. You still don't smoke. Everybody tell me I think too deep. Yeah, because they're trying to control you. Hold on, let me get across the street. They want to control you and they want you to question, that's like gaslighting. They want you to question your approach. I ain't questioning shit. I'm always spot on about a person. I'm always very leery of people. Always. All right. So you said being a loner now makes me realize how people can be a huge source of stress for me. I just stay away and have never been more at peace. Yes, but you know what? I want to tell you this. You got to get the right people around you because you could keep cutting so many people off, and before you know it, you have nobody. I think that you need to match with energies that's of your caliber. That's so important. Matching with energies that's reflective of who you are as a person because we all need somebody in a sense, whether it's a person you vent to, you talk to, or whatever, right? We do need those relationships. Now, I'm gonna be honest with you. When I think of some of the people who I feel like they don't like me, and I'll be like, damn, you did just cut this person off or whatever. Is this the right way to go about things? And then I always think about their character, what they've done to other people. And it's like, no, I can't allow that to happen to me. So yeah, it is unfortunate. It might cause a crash out and within that being, but I would rather just take myself off the table completely and let them deal with life. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not in their way. And honestly, they don't realize when you do stuff like that, it lets me know that you really do love me. You do. And it just pushes me further and further away. Like one of the reasons I feel like, especially let me give you an example. Like with Foxy and Kim, I think that one of the things that kept them away from each other is that they would have these periods of like silence or whatever, right? But Kim would say something shisty, Foxy would respond, or Foxy might say something shisty. It was just like this constant back and forth, right? But when you literally don't give a person anything, they're just literally there to squabble on their own. It's really just like that. So you just gotta let people be. And yeah, man, you gotta always diagnose why doesn't this person like me? Whether just getting, sent some information like, oh, so and so said this about you. And you think about it, the information is intended to get you mad. But when you have true control over self, over feelings, you got to think about this, right? Now, I think maybe things would be different if I was like in high school or something. And you know how we all were back then. But when you get older, and I was telling my niece this like a few weeks ago, I said, you're gonna reach an age where you don't even care about what the person said. Like you don't. And that's the scary part. Like when you don't even care about what the person said. Because when you don't care at that point, it's nothing that they can do to really get you mad. And that's the most comforting space to be in. I promise you. It's the most comforting space because a lot of people think that they can say something and it's going to trigger you. To me personally, that means you have way too much control over me. And that's something that you will never have. So I know that, especially a lot of us coming from the hood, we feel like, oh, we got to get our respect. I got to respond to XYZ. Nah, you got I ain't going out like that. No, no. It shows that you care. It shows that you care. And when you prove that you don't, and I'm being a realist in saying this, when the person says anything about you, whether it's good or bad, and you hear about it, it will impact you. You know, I'm also one of those people where it's just like fuck the fluff. Like I don't care about the fluff too much. So many people love to be told how good they look and this and that. It's like when people comment on my videos, and it's not to be like, it's not even arrogant, being arrogant or whatever. It's like people like, oh my God, your skin looks so good, or oh, this or that. It's like these trite compliments. That shit don't really mean nothing to me. It really don't. I mean, of course, thank you at all times, but some people get so lost in that. Like, I don't really, and what I'm trying to say is, I don't really care what a person says. I don't. Then there's other people will be like, oh my God, your teeth are fucked up. You know, if I cared so much about that, I wouldn't make videos. If I cared so much about that, I would be rushing to get my damn smile adjusted. No, that's not how this goes. And so it's about being comfortable, being confident in who you are, what you possess, and bring forward. And I noticed that with me being friends with people, I don't like the type of friend who changes based on what people say to them. And you know exactly what I'm saying. Like, say you spoke to your friend and y'all taking a bus to school in the morning, and it's Mexican pizza day. And your friend done told you, oh my God, it's Mexican pizza day. I love XYZ and this and that. And now they done clicked up with Shira, and Shira done talked about damn chicken nuggets or whatever. And now you get to lunch with your friend and you like, oh, I'm about to have Mexican pizza with my friend. And now their damn mind done changed. And you like, damn, what changed your mind? You just spoke up the damn Mexican pizza. And it's about who they got with. I don't like I'm not a good match for people. I'm not a good match for people who get around other people and their minds change either. Like I like people who have their own opinion, who are able actually to debate back and forth with me. Because believe it or not, I don't like a person who agrees with everything that I say. I don't like that. Like I don't like it. I feel like it kind of like waters down your experience at life. Have an opinion, have something to say back to a person, even in a constructive type of way. It doesn't have to be in an argument or whatever. It doesn't have to be an argument, but have an opinion. Have some sort of balls. Like, damn, I don't like nobody who agree with everything that I say. It's like it's not even fun to have conversations with people like that at all. I love a person who can make me think about something and be like, damn, I didn't think about it like that. And even with that, I'm never going to change my own. It's not going to go too far away from my own opinion. I just hate that type of person where it's just like, you speak to them today, they're a Christian. Now they done started dating this guy and now she's an atheist. You done went to church your whole life. And I'm not saying that your scope can't change, but why is your opinion always changing up based on who you're around? I don't, and it's like with these people who do things like that, they don't realize. And I don't know if you're a type of person who does that in this chat. If you change your opinion every based on who you're around, that is something that's fake. It's fake, and it's almost like it's a personality type disorder. And maybe people can't help that. I stand firm on it. I stand firm on whatever, anything that I feel. I stand on it, but I'm also open to hearing and having a better understanding because it's a human experience. We also have to listen, and that's not to say we also have the right to change our minds. But every time a person gets around you and you change your opinion, you just come off as weak, and they know that they can change you, and they know that you're weak too. Like I think one of the for me, I think one of the biggest cheat codes in life that I've always realized, especially at an early age. I also spoke about this too on my Twitter the other day. Like I always kind of, and not to my detriment, but I always was just like, how is this person going to view me? Not in a negative way though. Like, of course, you know, I know when I look nice, so you know that people are going to compliment you, right? But it's like I will always think about like, say when you got delivered bad news, and you would see how the bad news would impact certain people. Like I would see certain people get, they would be sad and like say I remember in high school, the teacher at the end of the market period they would give everybody their grade. And I ain't gonna lie, sometimes I would be disappointed in my grade, but I would find a way to be empowered by it. Like I remember when I was in English in 11th grade and we was doing that damn Macbeth play. One of my homeboys, this nigga never missed school. I just wished him a happy birthday too on Instagram. One of my homeboys, he would be in class every day. I went through this phase in 11th grade where I was just skipping, 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 skipping. My mom was so busy working jobs and whatever. Long as I passed, she really didn't care. But I was at jeopardy of getting in trouble with school because I missed 28 out of the whole marking period. I missed 28 classes, right? But I was the type of student that even if I missed, I always got my work in, all of it, right? So I remember I turned in all my work, I had all my work in. My friend, she was giving us grades at the end of the market period. I told this story before. This is what kind of hindered me in life too, because I felt like I could always do this and get away with it. So my friend who was in class every day, handing in work or whatever, I don't know if he was just now it just maybe he was just a subpar type of student, but she gave us our grades for that marking period. This nigga in class more than me, you got a 70. How the fuck did I get a 78? And I had to have a damn meeting. My mother had to take time off of school and come to the school because they was gonna put me on pins because I wasn't even missing all of my classes like that. I just kept missing her class, but I was in trouble. So when she called me to the front of that classroom and showed me my grade and I had a 78, and I'm like, yo, A, what'd you get? He got a 70. How did I get 8 more points than you and you didn't even miss no classes? His stepmother was mad strict though, because we used to work at this place together. So we had a relationship at work, at work and in school. So that's we had a friendship like that, you know? So that shit empowered me because I'm just like, how I miss all these classes, and I still got a 78. Still, with all of these misses, that empowered me and it let me know that, yeah, I'm that nigga. Like, yeah. But that set me up in so many different ways in life too. I'm gonna tell you, because it made me think I could skate and get shit done at the last minute, or it just I don't know. If you can understand what I'm saying, it let me know that I can do whatever I want and I'll still pass. That one little situation, that's been kind of like the catalyst for my life. Like, yeah, I'll get it done, and yeah, I'll still pass. And I could have got better than a 78 that market period. That was English. I've never got a low score like that in English. Never. I remember when I was in ninth grade, I had this black English teacher. She was like, "Oh, you really love." That was my favorite because I feel like we speak English, right? So I remember in ninth grade, those was the highest that I've ever got in English and math. Like I was never like a person who soared in math like that. I remember I got a 98 in math, one market period, because I was on my shit. And then I got a fucking 100 in English, two market periods in a row. Like, because I just get it. I love writing. Um, English is just my shit. I feel like it's kind of like a person taking Spanish and they speak Spanish. Like, you should know it. You should. People who do that type of stuff are often described as people pleasers. Yes, it comes from a place of wanting to be accepted. But yeah, it's inauthentic. Yep. Just like I told my niece, right? Mm. Let me tell you something. My niece just turned 18. And when you're in high school, a lot of your other friends are turning 18 too. So I think about what I was doing at our age. And I know that the world and everything has advanced, right? A lot of things have changed. But my niece's mother told me that she was like looking at my niece's account and trying to figure out what was going on. And my niece was like, "Oh, I gave so and so $90 for their birthday." In 12th fucking grade? In 12th grade? You gave your friend $90. My niece, she was the only child for a moment. So her little sister is like 3 years old, maybe about to be four, but she grew up alone. And I feel like you're vying for these fucking relationships. When you in that grade, you know what I did for my friend when she turned 18? I got her some balloons and maybe like some flowers from the damn my mother brought me to do it and dropped it off at her house. And you know what's so crazy? Back then, my friend was like, "Oh my God, thank you so much for making my 18th." I still remember what she said because we was laughing because she left a message on the voicemail. She was like, mind you, it was just flowers and a damn balloon. She was like, "Oh my God, I'm speechless." And I remember she was laughing on the voicemail and she corrected. She was like, "I'm speechless." Over just a card, balloons, and that. You gave this person $90? Yeah, that is, you're a people pleaser. And I ain't gonna lie to you. When I first went to the public school, where my mother took us out of the private school, I felt like I needed to buy my friends. But you know what age that was in? What grade? That it probably was from like fourth to sixth grade. I did stuff like that. Like I would just be nice or whatever, but I realized what I was doing. And it's not conducive to meeting the right people. And we all have a little bit of like people pleaser in us, but I got out of that shit early because that shit does not serve you, it serves them. Yeah. So listen, I think I've said everything I need to say. Anytime, you know, always diagnose the the reason why a person hates you or doesn't like you. Like the example I gave you with my friend, that nigga wanted to kill her. He wanted her life gone. He was even telling her like, if she tried to leave or whatever. And I understand he gave her a key to the apartment. So she got out of that situation. A lot of y'all, I don't know if you feel trapped, but you like, damn, where I'm gonna go? Shit. Would you rather leave or would you rather go in a damn coffin? Yo, did y'all see that story of that football player who choked his girlfriend out? She was like unconscious. He could have killed her. I seen that on Twitter. I seen how people was commenting on his Facebook page too. I mean, on his Instagram. It's like some people just they tick and they don't care about your life. And he did that to her just because she wanted to break up with him. Some people don't want you. They don't want that smile going to anybody else, even though that they will kill you. That is so crazy to me. And then also, if you dealing with a person and you realize sometimes things are simply more simple to understand. It could be like an association reason why a person doesn't like you. Like, oh, they're friends with this person and I don't like that person, even though it's completely immature. You're able to diagnose it. Now, if you're a person going to school and you have certain things that another person don't have and they completely hating on you, you understand what's going on there. But there's other scenarios where a person you've closed yourself off to them. They have no access to you. They can't reach you, and it pains them. So they will try to paint any type of picture about you, say anything, in hopes that you'll get mad and infuriated. And to me, that's just too much control. It's too much control, and you got to be careful what you respond to. So there'll be an array of reasons as to why people feel the way that they do. I did yesterday. I actually worked for. Yesterday I walked almost 5 hours. Today, I don't know. I don't know if I'm gonna do this on my second half or if I'm gonna just go to the gym because I went to the gym all this week. So maybe I'll take a break away from. No, because I'm traveling this week and I'm not gonna be able to go to the gym. So I'm gonna go to the gym this afternoon. We'll do that. So yeah, and like earlier when I was speaking about health and all of that, try to make your healthy habits and wellness something that you follow forever because it's so easy for you to lose that 10, 15 pounds and get into that dress or that pair of jeans or whatever it is that you're trying to reach. But it's like, it's easy to gain that weight back if you don't continue those behaviors. And overall, you just feel better. Like you feel good about yourself at the end of the day. And you're proud of yourself for staying true and following through. I know I am. Shit, I don't know how many people will be doing this. It's 10:48 in the morning. How many people you know? I probably got like, I probably got maybe like 45 minutes left to my walk. But how many people you know who wake up on Sunday doing this? People trying to stuff their face with pancakes and damn sausage. And I ain't saying that I don't be wanting that sometimes, but no, you just gotta put you have to find ways to put your health first and put yourself first. And think about what is my life gonna look like 20 years from now? I know that if I'm active like this, moving and grooving, 20 years from now, it shouldn't be that far off. It shouldn't be. And I thank God for my grandfather being a young boy and seeing him always have a vehicle. And I'd be like, Grandpa's walking to the grocery store to get groceries. Like, why he ain't just drive? This man walking 5, 6 miles, 5 miles to 5 miles back. Like, what? Really doing the damn thing. Like, I'm happy I had that example because I think that's where I get my walking and stuff from. Because he loved to walk. But always just be careful when you're walking, whether you have a stick, whether you have mace or whatever, because you never know what will pop out. You just don't. Whether it's a person trying to attack you or, you know, this is why I walk on places that's like this, where it's like there's always somebody around. So if I was a lady walking on this path, if somebody's trying to do some shit, I'm about to run right in the street. That shit is gonna cause an issue. I'm gonna stop, drop, and roll, or your ass ain't gonna be able to get me. No, 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 no. So, and you gotta turn around, see who's around you and shit like that. Certain things that I probably don't do. Cause it's like I'm a tall man. It's like who's really gonna try to fuck with me unless they on some hate shit, like on some, like a white man or people who gonna try to target me. Nobody's really gonna do that. I mean, I hope they don't. So yeah, let's wrap this up because I'm about to listen to some music or I need to actually finish up this episode of Black Mirror. I didn't like I'm currently watching the one with Issa Rae, Hotel Revere. I don't really like that one, but I'm gonna finish it um, just to be able to talk about it, I guess. But my commentary is not gonna be that good on that one. But yeah, let me get up out of here. Yeah, I'm gonna try to go home and record a video to upload, figure out what I want to talk about for my channel. But yeah, be on the lookout for that. So listen,